Today I fucked up by asking my son what the middle finger meant. That happened years ago when my son was about 5. He stuck his middle finger up for whatever reason and I asked him if he even knew what it means. He said, "Yeah, I know what it means." And I'm like, okay then, what does it mean? He replies, "It means fuck cancer." Couldn't help but lol. I think his mom's dad has a magnet on the fridge over there that had a middle finger on it and it says fuck cancer, and that's probably where he somehow got it from. I then went on to explain to him, "No, son, it doesn't mean fuck cancer. And you shouldn't say fuck first of all. It's not an appropriate word for kids to use. And the middle finger basically is a way of telling someone that you don't like them, don't care about them, and don't respect them, and you don't want them around you. It's very disrespectful to show people your middle finger." And then a few days later I got a call from the school saying that my son stuck up his middle finger in class at a girl who was continuing to poke him after he told her to stop. Too long didn't read, my son thought that the middle finger meant fuck cancer. Task failed successfully. In kindergarten on the school bus, a 6th grader sat next to me and told me that the middle finger was a cool way for older kids to tell their moms they love them. And it wasn't for little kids, but she liked me so she was going to let me know, and my mom would be like so impressed that I already knew this secret. So little 5-year-old me goes home, walks up to my mom, and I immediately give her the finger with both hands. My mom is understandably baffled as to why her 5-year-old is grinning at her and flipping her off with both hands, and asks if I know what it means, and I reply something along the lines of, "Aren't you so proud of me for learning this?" So after further questioning she finally gets me to spill the beans about the secret way to tell your mom you love them, and had to gently let me down that it basically meant the exact opposite. And then she went and told Jessica M's mom that her daughter was a jerk because they literally lived 2 houses down the road. But honestly, I think both moms found it kind of funny. We'll never forget that though, ha ha ha. My son stuck up his middle finger in class at a girl who was continuing to poke him after he told her to stop. Now that's an interesting way to fuck cancer. Well, in the end he used it appropriately. Just so we're clear, the school called to congratulate your son for getting it just right? Today I fucked up by trying to be a good dad. So this just happened 10 minutes ago. My daughter was hungry and wanted some chicken nuggets. I grabbed them from the freezer and stuck them on a plate to microwave. Then, me being the amazing father that I am, I decided they taste better in the oven. So I cranked the oven up to 400 degrees and popped those puppies in without preheating. That's how I roll sometimes. 10 minutes later I smell a foul burning odor from the oven. I open it to find a blue goo dripping to the bottom of the oven and 5 chicken nuggies, cooked to perfection, sitting on top of the oven grates. I never took the chicken nuggets off the plate when I decided to bake them rather than use the microwave. The plate was plastic. My 6-week-old oven is covered in melted plastic and we're out of chicken nuggets. I'm tired. Too long didn't read. Baked chicken nuggets in my new oven on a plastic plate. Edit, I'd like to add that last week I hooked up our new washer. We just got a new house, and thought we got a dud because the clothes were dry at the end of the cycle. While I had connected the hoses properly, I never turned them on. Moving is hard on the brain. Once upon a time I preheated the oven without looking inside. A few minutes later I heard an explosion of glass. We didn't have a ton of space and occasionally kept cookware in the oven for storage. This particular time someone had left Pyrex right on the baking element. I'm tired. As a father of 2 young daughters, you have my sympathy and understanding, my friend. Lol, I know the only reason I made the error was because I was tired in the first place. Once, my husband cooked dinner, took the Pyrex dish off and set it partially on top of the counter and the electric stove. The stove was not turned off. It was somehow left on low. He heard an explosion and ran to the kitchen. We still find pieces of that Pyrex dish and it's been 6 years. There was literal shrapnel in the cabinets. Thank Jesus that neither of us were in there when it happened, or any of our cats. I just imagine losing an eye. I accidentally melted my mother-in-law's burner cover, turning on the wrong burner on the stove. After apologizing profusely, I promptly turned the burner on under another cover and destroyed that one, too. Not my best Thanksgiving. She still allows me to cook in her kitchen though. That's love. This is brilliant. It's like the time I set a plastic cutting board down on my hot grill without thinking about it. Today I fucked up by washing cum down my friend's bathroom sink. I've been renting a room from a friend of mine, who just bought the house and had an extra room. Every once in a while our work days don't line up, and I have a full day without anyone in the house. I finally decided to buy a flashlight to see if they were any good and would use it when I knew he wouldn't be around. Well, when washing it out came around, I would rinse it out in the sink, then clean it. After a week or two I asked him if he'd noticed that the bathroom sink was draining slower than before. He said no and didn't think about it. Well, I decided to unscrew the drain to see what was going on. I found a nest of hair and cum hanging on for their lives. I ran to get my pliers and pulled it out by the hair and changed the garbage. I never said anything, he never noticed, and I now empty it into the toilet before cleaning up. Too long didn't read. I washed my flashlight out into my bathroom sink, the cum and hair blocked the drain and I had to take it out. Edit, I thought cum sticking in even warm water was known more than it is. Edit 2, thank you for the awards, never got any before. Well, how are you going to post this monstrosity and not tell us if the flashlight was worth it or not? Better to cum in the sink than sink in the cum. What a terrible day to have eyes. Legit scared me cause I just bought a house, and a friend is renting out the extra room we have. Did I find his throwaway account? Question mark. Well, did recently he ask you if you noticed the sink is draining weirdly? If someone invented a time machine I'd use it to travel back and scroll past this post.